Welcome to the Elemental Shaman Mulligan Guide and basic overview. The mulligan for this deck, you're going to want to keep your 1-drop elementals, Kindling Elemental, keep Wailing Vapor, keep Cage Match Custodian. If you have one of those elementals that I just mentioned, you can keep Arid Stormer. I personally do not keep Arid Stormer if I don't have a cheaper elemental to be able to activate the elemental chain. And then finally, you're going to want to keep Granite Forgeborn. This is actually the best card you can have in your mulligan hand right off the bat. It's just so strong. The text on the card is absolutely insane. And we actually just removed one, so we'll put that back in. But the Granite Forgeborn, 4 mana, 4/4. The health was nerfed. We don't really care about the body of this minion. It's the text. Reduce the cost of elementals in your hand and your deck by 1. You can basically think about it as like an Incanter's Flow for elementals, and thinking about it like that, you can kind of get a feel for just how strong this is. It's going to let you do more stuff on earlier turns, which is really, really powerful. The basic overview of the deck is you want to hit the board early, preferably with your 1-drops, and then you want to try to snowball the board. So early in the game, you're going to be fighting for board, controlling the board, value trade only when necessary, and then you want to pressure your opponent's health total. This particular version of the deck only runs 3 weapons. You're going to see some lists that run 2 Auction House Gavels and 2 Whack-A-Noles. Only 1 Gavel in this list. I found that having the 4th weapon was actually just too much. There's a higher chance that you're going to draw multiple weapons and have them sitting in your hand. And at that point, they're really just clogging up your hand. You're not going to have time to use all the charges, and you would rather have a different card in your hand. So this version of the deck, only 1 Auction House Gavel, 1 Menacing Nimbus, just because it's a cheap elemental. It can activate or keep the elemental chain going. It replaces itself in your hand. Not a super strong card. I find that it's better than having, a 4th weapon / 2nd Auction House Gavel. The deck is really strong. I've got 22 games with this version of the deck, 16-6, 73% win rate. Performing really well on the ladder right now. It was technically nerfed, but as I mentioned earlier, the Granite Forgeborn, we don't really care about the 1 health that it lost. It's really more so the text on the card. And this deck should be really strong continuing into the meta. At this particular point, there's still some question about just how strong Quest Warlock is. It's definitely very strong. It's also probably one of the hardest decks ever in Hearthstone to be able to play correctly. Super hard deck. There's going to be times where your opponents are just going to blow you out with it. And so it's causing confusion, I think, in the community. Some people say that it's overpowered, Stealer of Souls needs to be nerfed, which possibly it does. Other people are saying Stealer of Souls is bad, just look at the overall win rate. As long as Warlock is not too prevalent and not too overpowered, Elemental Shaman is definitely a tier 1 deck in the meta, and it could actually be the best deck in the meta. It just kind of depends on where it's going to shake out with Warlock. So, highly encourage everybody to pick this deck up and play it. Fairly simple deck to play. It's kind of like a 1-2-3 deck. You're not going to have super hard decisions with the deck, although there is going to be some decision making. But I definitely believe that you can play this deck and improve your rank. So highly encourage you to do that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And you can also follow UncorruptGG on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok for daily Hearthstone content. Good luck on the ladder, and take it easy.